look. We get the side control. One of the things that I constantly want to be doing is getting a good side control because he's setting up his frames. And so I want to feed this right here, okay? Bernie calls this the RBI because he could just RBI your face in. I call this giving him good cross-face business, okay? This is me controlling his head rotation with my shoulder and replacing my arm, hand, with the lapel. Otherwise, I have to do this. And when I do this, I assure you, I'm not gonna submit it with anything because my hands are consumed. So what I'm gonna do here is, if you notice, I'm on my left hip and my right knee is by his right hip. If I go here, I enable him to frame me a lot more effective. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna feed this lapel and I'm gonna reach for it under his shoulder and I'm gonna pull him in. You see that? He'll still frame, but I'm gonna break this frame down. Okay? The most powerful part of his frame is a little bit closer to his elbow right there. His elbow comes in and his hand goes out. So when it goes out that way, you're gonna be guiding my head towards his knee. But I have a good control here, freeing up this hand. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna roll into him, won't be too comfortable. And I'm gonna break his frame right here, keep framing. Look, I'm gonna pull this in and slide my head up to his hand. And I'm gonna drive his hand all the way down, closing that alligator mouth. So that now when he frames me, go ahead, it's not very effective. So I'm gonna take this lapel as I'm driving down and feed it over, and I'm gonna feed it right to this hand right here. Depending on where his left hand is, okay, I can begin to crank this elbow out, and it probably will wrist lock you or just shoulder?
It's wrist.
Wrist, okay. I can chop this wrist right here if he's got it on my shoulder. Oftentimes they'll either have it on the shoulder or on their face. Here, it's on my shoulder here. I'll shin trap it right at the wrist, and now this is just gonna go, and it's a wrist lock, okay? However, if it's dangling over here, depending on how you feed it, sometimes you gotta feed it hard, okay? The next thing that you have from here is you have the small hand baseball choke, okay? Because this is the small hand right here. I'm gonna gently go knee to the belly on shoulder right here, okay? So I pull up right here. I get here. And I get the baseball. I go back to the small hand trap. Now watch this, okay? I want to drive him this way here, and I want to isolate this arm right here, where my knee and elbow are together, my thigh. I'm gonna keep his arm trapped, because right now what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna posture up, drive my hip forward, step over to an S mount right here. As I go right here. And I finish this, even better like this, because he can't get his arm out. Can you get your right arm out? What could you do that on?
Nothing.
No. But it doesn't end here.
Sorry, what are you doing right there? Is that a choke?
Oh, what am I doing right here?
It's joking.
It's a baseball choke. This right elbow goes down. See how my head is tilting? You're not going to be able to do it if your head's here. Your head's got to tilt to your shoulder has to touch the inside of your right knee. Some of you may not be able to do this. But from here, okay?
It's just elbows together from there.
It's a baseball choke. Andrew,
Right here. He'll show me later.
look at that. But you see what the knee is doing? I don't want your knee down. I want your knee up. Because here I have pulling power, and his arm is trapped. If I do this, he can loop that arm out or something, or loop it in. I can still kind of finish it here, but I want this right here. Try to get that arm out. Okay. Now, if for whatever reason, he's somehow stopping me, watch what I can do here. Does that make sense? favorite song. Okay. This frame, I'm gonna break this frame. He's framing me on that way. Look, I'm gonna roll my left hip so I can break his right frame. Here, I don't want to be all like this, because he can kind of lift my hip and roll me that way to the left. To your left. Yeah, I don't want that. So I want to constantly keep rolling on my left hip. So I roll the hips. He's framing here. Watch. I pull this in, lift my head, and then I just drive it right down there. Feed this. And I go 1, 2. Right across the wrist. Oh, that's on my shoulder. Yeah. Sorry. Very easy. But now it gets better from here. Look. I'm gonna walk my knees to his hip. My left knee is at his right hip. And I'm gonna slide. Oh, sorry. Across it. And there's a tendency that he'll roll here and then sit up right here. Up, and the more I tilt, the more my elbow can crank. Right there. Does that make sense? Don't go for the arm lock. It's a decoy. Right here. You get that? And then you center in your butt. And keeping that back choke. 1, 2, 3. You could even possibly. Not enough tension. But with this right here, you also have triangle. Triangle 1. Yep. So first thing you're gonna do, just trap that on and break the frame. Here you're gonna feed this lapel. I'm gonna feed that opposite. Give him the business with the left shoulder. Just give me a frame here. Frame. Look. I can mount from here too. His hand is weak. I can keep dragging stuff up. Yep. I'm gonna take it from the right hand. Driving here, I can even hold on here. Right there. Over feet right there. Right here. Yes. Now from here, I'm gonna try that wrist lock. You see how it's on his face? I put my chin on his hand, and I'm just gonna open it up easy. Now from here, I'm gonna break that hand, arm, right there. 1, 2, 3. And then you trap. Just show you. See you're on your toes. Can you move around a little bit? I get pretty good stability. From here. Tilt. And I finish. So back. One more. Alright. Try that at first. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I need somebody paired up with those who are brand new, so you can kind of help them out. Oh, Brian's not here. Let me have somebody. Christian. Christian.
Web. Brandon. Web again.
Yeah, you're the only one here that if you take. I sometimes put it. Actually, Christian. Great D, dude. I was in the key watch. Here's basic. We're going to get some video space. Key watch from her. Pull him out. Pull him out. Show him. So he's going to do Americana with his left hand.
Yeah, I think you got to catch that.